welcome to Simon Fraser University's Convocation June 2026. The ceremony will begin shortly. Please find and stay in your seat and keep the aisleways clear. This is required by fire regulation. We expect a full house today. We kindly ask you to move and fill in empty seats to allow others to sit down. For your enjoyment and safety during the ceremony, please listen to a few important announcements. In the case of an emergency evacuation, follow the directions of event personnel to the assembly point, which is located down the stairs behind you on the track and field. Please proceed slowly and carefully. Those with accessibility needs should proceed to the Halpern Center, located northeast of Convocation Mall. Today's ceremony schedule and program book can be found online. Please use the QR code on your phone camera app to view the information. Reusable water bottles, SFU blankets, and other gifts are available for purchase in the Spirit Shop in the Maggie Benston Center, which is on your right. Near there, you'll find a water refill station too. Flower bouquets are available for purchase from the back of Convocation Mall and from the north side of Freedom Square. Professional graduation photos are also available for purchase from the James Douglas Study area located under the stairs behind me. If you need to leave at any point during the ceremony, please use the exits located at the back of Convocation Mall and ensure you've had your hand stamped. If you require assistance or have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask one of our student ushers who are dressed in black gowns. And on this celebratory day, we encourage you to share your photos and messages on social media using #MySFUGrad. Thank you. present members of the 6-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band.
There's people coming down.
Walking to class. The grads are coming first.
Friends, Convocation June 2026 will begin shortly. We expect a full house today. We kindly ask that you move and fill in empty seats to allow others to sit down. For your enjoyment and safety during the ceremony, please listen to a few important announcements. As a courtesy to all our graduates and guests, please remain seated and keep the aisleways clear for the duration of the ceremony. This is required by fire regulation. In the case of an emergency evacuation, follow the directions of the event personnel to the assembly point, which is located down the stairs behind you on the track and field. Please proceed slowly and carefully. Those with accessibility needs should proceed to the Halpern Center, located northeast of Convocation Mall. Today's ceremony schedule and program book can be found online. Please use the QR code on your phone camera app to view the information. In consideration of other guests, we ask that you refrain from conversation during the ceremony and please put cell phones on silent. And for those near and afar, we encourage you to share your photos and messages on social media using #MySFUGrad. Friends, the ceremony is about to begin. Please turn your attention to the screens. I'm pleased to introduce the graduating class of June 2026. Friends, if you're able, please rise for the platform party.
OCM, emote chai up. You may all have a seat. OCM, CM, Siohukwa Chit, Chit Kwanmantomi, CM da Tlakwa Chit, Nata Luch Y Aten Ochumeoch. An Sequatos Chit, Nata Skohotmish Stelmuch Chit. My dear respected elders, guests, friends, and chiefs that are here with us, we welcome you to the village of Luch Y Aten, We are the Squamish Ocean Canoe family, and the song that we shared with you today is known as Iyat Slolum, the canoe journey song, which was sung by our canoe family, our chief Sakyo Siam, Chief Ian Campbell, when our canoe family paddled up to Bella Bella in 1993. We are very grateful to be here with you all today and celebrate and share this special day with you all, and we congratulate the Faculty of Communications, Art, and Technology, and we raise our hands to you, President and Chancellor, and we do, before we leave today, we have a small gift that we would like to share with the President and Chancellor.
Asiam and Siayat, friends, family, Ton Quishaman Toyotsolano Consta. Toyotsolano is the Squamish ancestral name that I carry. Onha Squaloan Keptlek Ate Chayap. In the Squamish language, I have said, my heart is good that you have arrived here to the unceded territory of the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, the Coquitlam, and the Musqueam First Nations. Right now, I would like to acknowledge and respect the ancestors. And when I say ancestors, I do not only mean the Stonewall ancestors, the native ancestors, but also the ancestors of the fur traders, those that have passed by this way for the gold rush, the ancestors that may have come through here to work on the railroad. I also honor the ancestors of the explorers, one of them especially named Simon Fraser, CM, to honor the ancestors. I welcome the chiefs, the matriarchs, the alumni, fellow elders, family and friends. Thank you to Simon Fraser University for following and living the ideals of truth and reconciliation. It's such an honor to be a part of today's ceremony. And I was thinking convocation, graduation, when I thought about it deeply. Culturally, I am witnessing a great potlatch, a potlatch to recognize the hard work by the grads, by the faculty, and a time of celebration. Today, we witness the power and strength of a matriarch society under the leadership and guidance of your matriarchs, Dr. Tamara Vrooman, CM, Dr. Joy Johnson, CM. As you leave here, your home, congratulations, and with Chayap Yo in the Squamish language, you all take care. OCM and CI, Chinquinman Tomi, I thank you very much. OCM.
Thank you very much, Elder Ken Nahaney, for those words and for welcoming us. And thank you to the Squamish Ocean Canoe family for getting us started in such a good way and for this very generous gift. It is medicine for me to take on my journey, so I will put it in my pocket so it is with me. Thank you. Please join me in thanking the Squamish Ocean Canoe family for getting us started in such a good way. And of course, no ceremony at Simon Fraser University would be complete without the piping of the world-famous SFU Pipe Band. Please join me in thanking them for piping us in. I now invite Olympia Tomasta, who is an alumnus from the Faculty of Communication, Art, and Technology, to lead us in the singing of O Canada. For those of you in Convocation Mall and online, please rise if you are able for the singing of our national anthem.
Good to see you again. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you very much, Olympia. Yes, please be seated. And now I declare June Convocation assembled for the granting of degrees. Today's program book, which includes the ceremony schedule, the listing of graduates, can be found online. Madam President, members of the Board of Governors, Senate, faculty, honored guests, especially graduands, friends and family, my name is Tamara Vrooman, and I am the Chancellor of Simon Fraser University. We're delighted and honored to have you join us for this afternoon's convocation ceremony, celebrating Simon Fraser University's 60th year. In attendance today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform, including members of Senate, vice presidents, deans, and faculty. I'd like to acknowledge honorary degree recipient Dr. Barry Truax, who's here with us. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Truax. And members of our SFU Board of Governors, Monique Pongrasic-Spire, who is here with us as well. Welcome, Monique. And of course, all of our SFU alumni, legacy parents, and families. Thank you for joining us today. It's very good. We have an enthusiastic graduates class. I love that. We're going to have some fun here this afternoon. Thank you for joining us today on the traditional, unceded, and continuously occupied territories of the Coquitlam, Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. On this shared territory upon which our Burnaby campus sits, there were traditionally two Indigenous languages spoken, Hunkaminam and, as you heard, Squamish. We're privileged to gather here on what is known in English as Burnaby Mountain, but which was known as Tlaklakwaitan by the Squamish, which means where the arbutus bark gets peeled in the spring. And Saltuth is the Tsleil-Waututh place name for Burnaby Mountain. I speak these languages today to contribute to their revitalization, to enhance our collective learning, and to pay respects to those who have stewarded these lands since time immemorial. Well, it is my privilege to welcome all of you to Convocation, the class of 2026. This is my final set of ceremonies as SFU's Chancellor. For the past 6 years, I've been privileged to be part of this very special institution in a role where I saw the true depth of excellence, achievement, courage, sacrifice that defines what makes our community unique. It's been so inspiring to meet so many students who are passionate about their work, about their studies, about each other, and about the future. To see faculty members pursuing innovative research that makes a real difference for communities and people. And to work with staff and those running things at our university 24/7 behind the scenes, making sure that each and every day we're ready to do our best work. I want to take this opportunity to thank and recognize the incredible students at this university, faculty, staff, leadership, board of directors, Senate, alumni, and elders for welcoming me into this community and guiding me and supporting me during my tenure as Chancellor. I want to also recognize Simon Fraser University's incoming Chancellor. He's an honorary degree recipient, Dr. Elio Luongo, for choosing to serve this university in such a meaningful way. I've known Elio for many, many years, and he will put his whole heart and being into serving this university and making it even stronger going forward. As someone with a degree in history, I've always believed that reflecting on the past can be useful to understand the current moment. When we face challenging times, and certainly these meet the definition of challenging times, I find it gives us confidence to see that those who have come before us have faced similar challenges and somehow thrived, persevered, and found a path forward. So as I reflect on my time as Chancellor, and as each of you get ready to leave SFU and embark on the next chapter in your lives, I want to take this opportunity to look back, way back, to May 20th, 1967. This is the point at which I tell you that was before I was born. But it's a very special day because it was the date of SFU's very first Convocation graduating ceremony. Our university admitted its first students in 1965, and 2 years later, we were celebrating our first graduating class. A young university full of hope, full of promise, committed to being a university that led the way, but facing a challenging future. By all accounts, reading the newspaper articles of the day, it was a very exciting time to be on this campus. But off campus, May 1967 was a difficult time in the world. A war in the Middle East would erupt a few weeks later between Egypt, Israel, Jordan, and Syria. The emerging world power of China would successfully test a hydrogen bomb, becoming the world's fourth nuclear power. Canada was led in 1967 by a Liberal Prime Minister who was known for his international work and reputation. And there was non-stop talk in the press and in society about the wonders of a new technology and the fact that this new technology had the potential to take over from human work and human activity, The technology that they were talking about was the world's first automated bank machine, introduced in London, England in 1967, dispensing cash, remember cash? 24/7 without the aid of a human. It was seen as wondrous and frightening at the same time. Sort of sounds familiar, doesn't it? And yet, in the midst of these profound challenges and change, a new university was born. A university that had its convocation ceremony on this very spot. A university that proudly sent its new graduates out to face the challenges of the world ahead. I went back through the archives and found the Chancellor's speech given on that day by SFU's inaugural Chancellor, Dr. Gordon Shrum. As I read the speech for the first time with its old typewriter font and its red pen scribbles in the margins, I felt an immediate sense of familiarity, of resilience, of comfort even, by the parallels to today. Dr. Shrum was a physicist, and true to his profession, his writings were terse, focused, and short. Niceties, platitudes, I can tell you they were not his jam. In his speech, he even chose to debunk the very fiber of every convocation speech. Phrases like, "University years are the best in our lives. You'll leave fully prepared for what's next. It's only positive going forward." He spoke words of truth to say that's not what a university education in this moment is actually all about. He told the first SFU graduating class this: "As university graduates, you may find your ultimate goals may be as yet poorly defined as you sit here on your graduation day. Because frankly, they are, and they should be, well beyond your immediate grasp. For the purpose of an education and life is to pursue the adventure of experience. And through it all, your goal should be nothing less than this: whatever you do, do it in a way that allows you to look back with pride and look forward with hope. Look back with pride and look forward with hope." Dr. Shrum showed that the purpose of a university education is to prepare you for the successful journey of life. And graduation today is only the beginning. He believed, as I do, that the best way to navigate that journey is to have spent some time being challenged in the pursuit of personal excellence, and to have spent that pursuit at a university, and if you're lucky, at this university. Simon Fraser University is a place that has always been about the relentless pursuit of excellence and the broad sharing of knowledge in all its forms. A place that's committed to providing excellent learning, teaching, research, and a community environment for its students. In 1967, when that first graduating class left Convocation Mall here, they went out into an uncertain world. But they went out with knowledge, enthusiasm, and hope. Now, I invite each of you to follow in their footsteps. I don't need to list for you the challenges in our world and what may lie ahead. But I do invite you to think about Dr. Shrum's words, that whatever you do, do it in a way that allows you to look back with pride and look to the future with hope. As Chancellor, it's been an honor to play a small part in that work. On behalf of everyone here at Simon Fraser University, faculty, staff, and alumni, let me take this opportunity to offer you my sincerest congratulations. All the best to the class of 2026. Thank you. I now call upon the president of our university, Dr. Joy Johnson, to give her convocation address. Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chancellor. Honored guests, graduands, it is a privilege to stand before you today on the traditional territories of our host nations. And I want to say welcome. I want to say welcome to the parents, to the siblings, to the aunts, to the uncles, to the grandparents, to the friends and loved ones who have joined us here today. And of course, my biggest welcome is to our incredible graduands. And my deepest thanks to Tamara, our amazing Chancellor, whose words of wisdom have really been a beacon for all of us. And I want to thank her personally for her advice and guidance over the past 6 years. She really is a hard act to follow. In reflecting on Tamara's words and her impact at SFU, I've been thinking a lot about leadership and what it truly means. Looking around the world right now, we are seeing some examples of very, very bad leadership. I think you know where I'm coming from. I think it can be really easy to point to bad leadership and say, well, I would never do that. But here's the question: what makes a good leader? That can be often much harder to describe and harder to celebrate. When I was younger, I used to think that only certain type of people could be leaders, and I didn't see myself as a leader. I saw leaders as people who could give orders, knew all the answers, were the loudest in the room. But over the years, I've had the privilege of working with and learning from incredible leaders. And I've realized that there are many ways that leadership can show up in our day-to-day lives. I've learned from Tamara that leadership means sitting quietly and listening until you find the perfect moment to share your ideas and shift the conversation into a new direction. I've learned from our Executive Indigenous lead, Chris Satacton-Lewis, as well as from other Indigenous leaders over the years, that leadership means nothing about us without us. If you're going to make decisions that are going to affect groups of people, then you have a responsibility to include those people as part of the decision-making process. And I've learned from working with SFU student leaders, I've learned the importance of relentless advocacy when it comes to the issues that matter most. Student advocacy on issues like mental health supports, the climate crisis, and equity and inclusion. This advocacy has created real and lasting change over the years at SFU, and I am grateful to students past and present who have participated in that work. Our goal at SFU is to ensure that students leave this institution not only with a degree, but with the skills that they need to be global citizens and to build an inclusive and sustainable future for all of us. And that includes leadership skills, which I know all of you have developed and will continue to develop. Looking around the world today, we see a lot of people who are using art and technology as vehicles to further their own influence, wealth, and power. But I know that students graduating from the Faculty of Communication, Art, and Technology have a broader view. Each of you have the opportunity to change the conversation. Good leadership requires strategic thinking, the ability to communicate persuasive and thoughtful arguments, or to demonstrate those new ideas in artistic form. It requires a critical lens on the world around us and the passion to try to do things differently. All of these skills you have developed at Simon Fraser University. So, wherever you go from here, I know that you will look for those leadership opportunities and boldly add your voice to the conversation. Very soon, each one of you will be officially admitted to your degrees. You're going to move on to a new chapter of your life, and you're going to have the opportunity to think about what kind of leaders you want to be, about the leaders the world needs most in this moment. And as you do that, I want to remind you that you have the skills that you need. You have a community of alumni, faculty, and staff to support you. And so no matter where you go from here, please know that everyone who has been part of your SFU journey is so very proud of you. So thank you so very much, and congratulations. Madam Chancellor, speaking of students that inspire me, it's now my honor to invite Naomi Abegbagauku. I've got to describe a few of her accolades, just bear with me. Naomi is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication and a minor in business for her, and she's going to provide the Graduand address. Naomi has a lot of fans in the house today. Naomi was named to the Dean's Honor Roll and has participated in student leadership through the SFU Students of Caribbean and African Ancestry. She is passionate about building Black community spaces and inclusive environments and plans to pursue a career in marketing and communication. We all look forward to hearing from Naomi. Please join me in welcoming Naomi. Cheer loudly.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for that introduction. I am truly honored and extremely grateful for the opportunity to speak with you today. This is not a privilege I take lightly, and I would like to thank the faculty, staff, and many of the wonderful people with whom I've had the opportunity to work with for making this possible. We are gathered today on the traditional territories of the Musqueam, Coquitlam, Tsutsuwat'uth, and Squamish nations to celebrate an incredible milestone. These lands are an important part of my university journey, as they are where I have lived, studied, and formed long-lasting relationships that have shaped who I am today. While preparing this speech, I reached out to my friends, as I've always done, to ask for advice. I explained to one of my best friends, Wendy, that I was anxious and didn't know how to begin drafting my speech. As we brainstormed ideas, she casually replied, "Talk about taking your L and moving on." L here can stand for loss, rejection, uncertainty, and many moments when our plans do not go as expected. I'm certain she said it in passing and expected that I would not consider it, but it stuck with me. Later, while reflecting, I realized that key turning points in my academic career relied on my being able to take my L and move on. One common experience many graduates will relate to is logging on to Go SFU to enroll in a class you desperately need, only to discover the seats had filled up. It sounds small, but moments like these can feel devastating. Moments like these also force us to confront disappointment and continue forward, even when things do not go as imagined. My university journey began with uncertainty. I arrived as an international student without my parents and had to learn unfamiliar processes, such as how to get a compass card, all on my own. Like many of us, I entered university with a very specific idea of what I thought my journey would look like. My initial plan was to be a lawyer. But after taking classes in my first semester, I made the decision to pivot into communications, a field that felt more aligned with me. I found myself drawn to conversations about identity, culture, advocacy, and the many ways communication shapes how we understand the world around us. I had spent so much time building a specific plan, and this change of direction almost felt like a failure. But I soon understood that it was not a failure, but my first experience with redirection. Adapting to change is never easy. It requires the ability to reconcile with plans and futures you did not prepare for. Our journey as students is filled with moments of adapting, whether that means being okay with not getting a class you want or missing opportunities we deeply hope for. These moments can feel heavy, and yet, somehow, we find ways to keep moving forward. We learn how to grow and continue, even in the face of unexpected challenges. The unknown can be unsettling. As we graduate today, we are being thrust into different roles with little to no cushion for error. There is pressure to have everything figured out and know exactly what we are doing. But I hope we can learn to embrace the unknown rather than fear it. The most wonderful experience I had during my journey here came from embracing opportunities that I often knew little to nothing about. Sometimes I struggled to find my footing, and other times I discovered new things about myself while contributing to something meaningful. In many ways, uncertainty became my greatest teacher. I would be remiss not to mention the community that has served as a pillar for me as I embarked on my academic journey. First and foremost, I thank God for guiding me through every season of growth and change. My extraordinary parents and family who have encouraged me every step of the way and embraced every version of me as I embraced uncertainty. Although far away, their support reminded me that I was never alone. I am also grateful for the community I found here, the friends, peers, and mentors who supported me through different moments. Community helped shape the person I am today and showed me that resilience cannot be built alone. To the graduates present today, I hope you celebrate yourselves and every aspect of your journey here, not just your accomplishments, but the setbacks and challenges that shaped you along the way. Be proud of yourselves and savor this moment. You deserve it. Thank you and congratulations, graduates.
Well, thank you so much, Naomi. Just a couple of things. I have to say our provost is sitting in the front row here, and he's taken note of the need for us to pay attention to course access. He's nodding, yes, we're working on it. But also, I just want to say thank you for those words about how we all need to adapt to change and deal with loss. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your words today. And you're going to be joining an incredible alumni community. Our alumni are incredibly important to us, and we take immense pride in welcoming our new graduates into this vibrant community. And I'm delighted to invite Sheena Clarkson, who earned a Bachelor of Arts in 2012, majoring in communication, to formally welcome the graduates. Please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you, President Johnson. And good afternoon, fellow alumni. Congratulations to all of you. Today, you officially joined SFU's global alumni community with over 200,000 members in more than 145 countries. The same passion, energy, and creativity that propelled us at SFU continues to drive us in all that we do today. We are committed to making a difference and to building a future that is more inclusive and sustainable. You are now ambassadors for SFU wherever life takes you. Along your journeys, you will also inspire current and future SFU students to dream, to excel, and to fulfill their own purpose. We're here for you as you move forward and excited to see what you're going to accomplish. We encourage you to stay connected to SFU and to take advantage of more opportunities to learn and grow. Following today's ceremony, please visit the alumni booth in the AQ Gardens for your faculty reception to pick up your SFU alumni graduation pin. And please keep it as a symbol of your incredible achievements and your connection to SFU. Congratulations again, and welcome to SFU's outstanding community of alumni.
Well, thank you so much, Sheena. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. So graduates, are you ready? The Chancellor doesn't think you're ready. We're going to try that one more time. Graduates, are you ready? Much, much better. Will the graduands please rise if you are able? That means stand up, graduates.
Thank you, Madam President. Before I begin the formal part of today's celebration, graduates, I want to draw your attention to the blue caps that most of you are wearing. You'll notice that each cap has a tassel hanging to the right, which signifies at this very moment you are still students. But in a few seconds, When I admit you to your degrees en masse, I invite you to take your tassel and move it to the left, like mine, to signify that you have graduated. So, third time's a charm. Are you ready? Excellent. By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. Congratulations. Please be seated.
The members of the graduating class here in Convocation Mall will now be presented individually to the Chancellor. But first, a few requests for those of you who are in the mall today. Today is a day for celebration. So, family and friends, we welcome you to applaud, cheer, and share the joy that you have for your graduate as they cross the stage. But, yes, please. But as a courtesy to others, please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. And graduands, after you have crossed the stage, I'm going to invite the doctoral graduates to join their colleagues on the platform. And to all other honored graduates, and this is very important, out of respect for your peers, please return to your seats until the end of the ceremony. Please think of those whose last names start with Y or Z, who are sitting in that last row back there, and let's give them the same care and attention as those who cross the stage first. So, now is the moment we've all been waiting for. The degree in the Faculty of Communication, Art and Technology will now be presented.
Madam Chancellor, the graduands of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Communication, Art and Technology will now be presented. Dr. Karina Albrecht, supervised by Dr. Hui Kong Chun. Dr. Renaud Bougan Chemabi, supervised by Dr. Felipe Pasquier. Dr. Amy Harris, supervised by Dr. Shane Gunster. Dr. Alicia Massey, supervised by Dr. Enda Brophy. And Dr. Xiaoxing Zhang, supervised by Drs. Adel Iskander and Yuzhi Zhao. Madam Chancellor, the graduates of master's degrees in the Faculty of Communication, Art, and Technology will now be presented. Jimena Abreu Fernandez. Bassam Abunadi. Caterini Ataíjas Leal. Catherine Belcher. Emma Best. Ana Paula Contreras Frias. Kieran Irwin. Kaylee Jamieson. Yekaterine Letanovska. Diana Sugide Limbaga. Alfredo Ivan Lopez Sherman. Pranjali Man. Joseph Motwashle. Sadia Nasreen. Ming-Yi Wong. Monica Tiffany Yusufi. Wichiade Shaisaka. Ke-Sing Chen. Roxy Chen. Yiting Chu. C. Chen. Ryan Dunnison. Eileen Fan. Han Gong. Janelle Hinesley. Karen Huang. Yufeng Huang. Emil Lorenzo Ibanez. Himang Zhang. Jiaqi Jing. Zining Lai. Jiatong Li. Wenshuo Li. Yiting Lin. Siqi Liu. Laura Lozano Munoz. Katie McGregor. Liang Mei. Darsh Mittal. Praveen Namasivayam. Nam Nguyen. Yuli Pan. Jose Jacinto Paras. Harsh Patakan. Orion Rosopoulos. T. Ray. Ayushi Singh. Wen Tao Sun. Yue Sun. Tan Qi. Chen Tang. Tatip Tawatanakun. Ewan Van Tu. Anning Wang. Honghuan Wang. Qi Wang. Xingyi Wang. Nu Yu. Jiaming Zhou. Doris Zhou. Tara Friedenberg. Chelsea Mackay. Chiviti Tsekpa. Ingchai Cecilia Chan. Vanessa Gomez. Sophie Holland. Julie Jacques. Chi Yen Ne. Siada Iram Nur. Yang Jun. Piti Devi Shutodar. Beninta Iris. Pablo Enrique Cardenas Vieira. Muhammad Reza Darudian. Zeynep Girmizi Yeshi. Mandeep Mangat. Ka Ching Ung. Antonina Sokolova. Mariam Zahur. Madam Chancellor, the graduates of bachelor's degrees in the Faculty of Communication, Art, and Technology will now be presented. Olivia Wong. Olivia Wong is also the recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal for Academic Excellence. Her honors thesis explored ethnic identity formation among youth activists in Vancouver's Chinatown. She was a member of the Dean's Student Advisory Council and Vice President of the Communication Student Union. Olivia looks forward to deepening her community involvement as she steps into a career in marketing and communications. Morgan Legal. Morgan is also the recipient of a Dean's Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence. Morgan has published work and led workshops about affect theory and abandoned places in Vancouver, in collaboration with the local science and technology studies nonprofit Doing STS. A participant of the accelerated master's pathway, Morgan continues pursuing her interest in philosophy of technology and queer embodiment through her master's degree. Karis Adams. Tessa Adams. Oluhirere Naomi Agbebaku. Ohiole Joshua Alhamisi. Alyssa Eichmeyer. Ursula Achmimana. Sagar Ambalapadi. Yu An Kirsty Ann. Sarah Anderson. Stella Faustin Angelina. Emily Apostolova. DL Arnold. Sahar Babai. Jiwon Beck. Nima Bagheri. Claire Bajaj. Maria Barrios Estens. Ryan Alexander Begg. Adnan Bati. Catherine Billings. Ashlyn Budiman. Fatima Zara Butt. Ashley Tai. Yuki Tai. Chiara Caravaggio. Lauren Carlin. Lorena Carranza Vidal. Daniel Castro Fonseca. Jose Luis Castro. Mateo Sherminada. Maxwell Chen. Shixuan Chen. Tanya Chen. Yingjia Chen. Yiwen Chen. Zhaoyue Chen. Ashley Chia. Amanda Chang. Sebastian Henry Chilvers. Sojin Cho. Andalib Chaudhry. Chi-Chun Vivian Chow. Krish Anu Chowdhury. Michelle Chung. Talicia Chiroto. Emma Eileen Cosman. Danielle Cox. Jada Dalglish. James Darby. Arshdeep Singh Desi. Muskan Monit Dillon. Gronit Deer. Mia Dimitrov. Wenhao Duan. Matthew Esposito. Siyan Fan, Zachary Fan, Zainab Fayad, Catherine Feng, Cassandra Flanagan, Emanuela Ford Amendulagin, Jaylene Fung, Devin Kesh Singham Furtado, Genevieve Wilson, Maher Gill, Kate Glinham, Gracie Gu, Sihan Guo, Xiongzhi Guo, Yushuan Guo, Adriana Guolo, Unsol Ha, Fong An Ha, Enzi Han, Judy In-E He, Davida Hill, Jin-E Madeline Ho, Kathy Huang, Neva Huang, Hannah Hoffman, Braden Hu, Sizhe Huang, Annalise Iverson, Ian Jacobowski, Hao Jiang, Lori Jiang, Eunice Josephine, Jasmine Jaya Johal, Mohammed Junaid, Marco Yuvan, Muskan Kaura, Sanya Kaura, Paige Kami Takahara, Nathaniel McLennan Kang, Selma Iman Kapijic, Anthony Caro, Yasamin Katapchi, Bisma Kiani, Elena Khan, Mahin Khanna, John Raymond Braganza Co, James Julapom Komani, Carrie Cooner, Mayet Cook, Anita Kwa, Andrea Kwok, Marin Ladner, Sydney Larisselle, Stella Larino, Nguyen Hong Phúc Lei, Manying Angela Lee. Marcus Ching Hang Lee. Si Yun Lee. Terry Lee. Nohei Lei. Cheryl Liang. Chang Liu. Jiaqi Li. Yishuan Li. Joanne Lin. Kelly Annika Jean Lynn Peterson. Jiaying Liu. Yehan Liu. Iris Joy Lianis. Ziqi Lu. Natalie Look. Aaron Lum. Wing Teng Ma. Sing Tong Ma. A. Adiat Muhammad. Priscilla Mayfield. Danae MacArthur. Mahan Merabi. Samaya Memen. Bibilayo Oluwanifesimi Mimeko. Eliana Maria Miranda. Sari Zarina Putri Muhammad Zaidi. Nicholas Monroe. Junho Moon. Dylan Morin. Muzi Nam. Joanne Indagiri. Kar Hing Ung. Terry Ung. Ring Kang Kevin No. Kan Ling Nguyen. Lena Noiseka. Yang Kai Ni. Hazley Hyorim O. Brianna Parker. Kayla Paskey. Crucificio Anthony Peloso. Abby Rochelle Perley. Shiyuan P. Iran Piao. Nikolai Plachik. Kobe Prokopets. Yulia Pseha. Elsa Q. Hemang Ramulia. Kazi Golam Rabi. Aina Rabisoa. Tatiana Ero Rasco. Malika Razazadeh. Tadeo Rios Davila. Araf Hossein Sajid. Vincent Sam. Janik Sandhu. Ashley Sankaranwi. Frances Daniela Marasigan Santos. Matthew David Santijono. Nelia Savinkov. Ethan Samark Schmall. Salish Sharma. Iran Shen. Jiawei Shi. Karina Shun. Sakshi Singh. Ying-Yi Situ. Devin Smith. Hoi Ching Andrea So. Grace Ruosing Sun. Jenna Susnick. Nicole Tam. Trian Tambay. Kasia Gabriela Taufik. Yanin Tipsuwanporn. Ian Torvik. Caitlin Tra. Ariel Sum-Yu Tang. Seth Vanderzeep. Julia Velesig. Liana Romvaldo Villar. Ke Qian Wang. Michelle Wang. Ria Wang. Yiting Wang. Sayako Watanabe. Rico Zixuan Wen. Braden Wipf. Amaya Janae Womack Hope. Allison Wong. Leonard Wong. Selena Wong. Ji Wu. Yuan Xiao. Hanqing Xu. Zhuanwen Ye. Sabina Yelubayeva. Megan Young. 四起张，一只张 Jessica Ju, Abhijit Bangu, Lauren Butterfield, Emma Campbell, Ronak Chand, Chang Hochit, Alice Cho, Gregor Ross Crawford Aquino, Cooper Dagg, Jingting Dai, Wei Wei Dang, Loves Jubel de Guzman, Daisy de Kroon, Claire Lynette Duhamel, Marcela Echevarria Garcia, Mason Flint, Oliver Lim Fusho, Gabriela Galindo Ezerati Mar, Gracie Gandhi, Sana Goel, Stephen Haas, Tracy Tiao Yin Ho, Mimi Husty, Jacob Emo, Ke Zhi Jiao, Inkara Askar, Misaki Kubo, Sonia Quantes, Rue Larson, Hannah Latta, Che Cherim Lee, Yenchi Emily Lee, Sky Logan, Patrick Macca, Carlo Marquette, Claire Martin, Quinn Michaela Wilder Masselink, Kimia Mohammadi Moayed, Eliana Moradi, Yegane Musakhan Bakhtiari, Liam Murley, Harvir Nahal, Naomi Chidima Teresa Oko, Chloe Ng, Abby Ridd, Reinan Shao, Natasha Sran, Yi Tong Sun. Jaya Thiessen. Carissa Marie Eleanor Toledo. Megan Tran. Ryan Tang. Natalie Turnbull. Sarah Van Galen. Tiani Wang. Emma Wilkinson. Kyle Wilton. Madeline Woodley. Ke-Pei Zheng. Gilja Naz Azlu. Michael Alegbeleye. Harshil Arora. Singchen Cao. Christopher Chan. Wallace Chow. Jessica Aurel Chen. Joshua Chin. Kaya Jean Crozier. Wei Xing Deng. Michael Dressler. Abdul Aziz Syed Hamui. Parsa Hossainpur. Enoch Shea. Ravit Pun Ketentinam. Casey Khan Lay. Nathan James Liu. Elizabeth Liao. Calvin Lin. Ethan Lum. Sahil Man. Viraj Mishra. Carlos Montoya Alvarez. Samaila Nawaz. Ka Hing Lian Nong. Max Nielsen. Hinata Nozawa. Thomas Pearson. MD Kashfi or Rashid Pranta. Celine Santoso. Darian Axel Sawali. Anmol Singh Sekun. Harjot Singh. Olivia Steed. Franzen Henry Taslim. Michael Chocowardoyo. Yuge Wang. Jacques Davidson Widodo. Steffi Hinkyu Wong. Kirsten Gingting Wong. Therese Wong. Xiaohan Wu. Jaehyung Yu. Emily Youngward.
Well, I have to say, Madam Chancellor, that this has been one of the most enthusiastic convocations I've ever experienced. So thank you so very much. Will the graduating class, including our graduates on the platform, please stand if you are able. I am so very honored that you're here today, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you. The completion of a degree is an impressive achievement, and I encourage your friends, your family to communicate their hearty congratulations to you by whatever means. And for those of you online, in the mall, and on the platform, please join me in applauding the June 2026 graduates. And now I invite the members of the graduating class to reciprocate by applauding the family, friends, faculty, and staff that have helped you reach your goal. Please be seated.
Thank you, Madam President. This completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some graduates recommended by Senate for degrees today who are unable to be present, and therefore their names have not been read out. I now admit them to their appropriate degrees as shown in the program. Please join me in congratulating your colleagues in absentia. This brings to a close this afternoon's convocation ceremony. But before we adjourn, I'd like to take a few moments to thank all of the countless volunteers, staff, faculty who worked so hard to make sure that this afternoon's convocation celebration was special. Please join me in thanking all the volunteers for their work here this afternoon. Honored graduates, family, and friends, you're now invited to attend your faculty reception, where we look forward to continuing the celebration. This concludes this afternoon's ceremony. Please rise if you are able and remain standing in your places as the platform party recesses. Congratulations once again to the class of 2026. I bid you good afternoon.
Congratulations once again to today's graduates. Our ceremony has now come to a close. For the safety of all in attendance and to reduce crowding, we will exit Convocation Mall beginning with the graduates at the front and our guests seated in the middle and back. Our ushers will help guide you out of the mall row by row. Please remain standing if you are able and until an usher cues your row to exit. Graduates in the front rows and guests in the back and middle rows, please proceed with exiting now. Thank you once again for your cooperation and for attending today's ceremony.
May you have auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. May the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrow.